All right. Well, welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about
We're going to talk about splitters.
in bowling, in Tim Walz, to steal Cash Peter's little intro style.
Yeah, so Dave and I were chatting just before we started, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about.
As we
And
often do.
yes, indeed, because it's not like we have time to plan this stuff out. Why plan
Wing
when
it,
you
baby.
can wing it? So we were talking about how Tim Walz may have found the bucket of water to toss on the Wicked Witch of the East.
West.
Was it West?
Yeah, Wicked Witch of the East got crushed by a
Oh,
house.
she got crushed by, okay. The Wicked Witch, whichever direction you want to put it. It's
Ding
all a matter
dong.
of opinion if she was really wicked or not.
I guess
But,
maybe it depends on which direction you were coming from. No, wait,
Indeed.
it's east and west. You can't get through it that way.
Anyways,
Start again.
by dubbing MAGA as weird, may have been kind of that silver bullet, if you will. Now
It certainly is like a bucket of water on the Wicked Witch of the West. Literally, they're melting because they've got no answer for it. None. And it's amazing, to the point where Trump and Vance during their campaign rallies bring it up. No, nothing tells you that something got under your skin quite like bringing it up at your rallies. Much like the bleach blonde, badly built butch body comment that Jasmine Crockett had against Marjorie Taylor Greene, which caused Marjorie Taylor Greene for the next week to post pictures of herself working out in bikinis and tight-fitting dresses to show off her figure, that it's not a badly built, bleach blonde, butch built body type of thing. It just you could tell she got under her skin. It's the same thing with this.
Yeah, it's so Trump and Vance have both been. They're calling us names. That's not very nice. It's just like, you start seeing the replies on X. All the nicknames that Trump has come up with over the last several years. Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary. On down the line, right? It's like, oh, so now your little feelings get hurt. Well, yeah. It seems like dubbing MAGA as weird seems to be causing all sorts of strife, because there's some that are, hey, there you go. Someone's asking if we could do that, if we could make ourselves full screen.
Well, we could.
Yes. So the technology does not elude us. That calling MAGA weird, some MAGA are trying to lean into it. And Dave's point was, if you were to go to like a Trump rally and you've got, like Farmer John and his wife, who are Trump supporters, but are kind of more salt of the earth. And they're going in there and they're seeing people wearing diapers, or I don't know, the female product, a female maxi pad on their
ears. The guy dressed as the guy cosplaying as Uncle Sam or something like that.
Yeah. So you got these salt of the earth folks looking at this, and it could be one of those where it's just like, the term weird is starting to hit home.
Yeah, it looks like they let the freaks out of the freak show a little bit early today, honey.
Where they might start realizing that maybe this has gone a little further than they're comfortable with.
Right. I think the way I described to Gary is like, instead of walking by him, they're going to walk 20 feet around him. Just so they don't accidentally get caught in that picture and have to explain it to anybody. It's just a little bit more crowd watching and a little bit more like, yeah, they won't, they'll keep it to themselves. Like, yeah, that's kind of, yeah, I don't want to stand next to that guy. I don't want to stand next to the lady in the gold diaper. If that's all right with you, we can stand over there. That with our neighbors down there that are wearing their MAGA shirts and their MAGA hats. Good company. Yeah, go team. So it's almost like they're starting to. The vibe I'm getting is they're going to start isolating out the real extremists, the real weirdos, kind of like how you've got rhinos. It's like if you go to MAGA, you're going to get excluded out. So it's almost like they're going to start retracting from the full extremist point of view.
Yeah, giving them a wide berth. So, yeah, so we're just we wanted to throw some cards to see, did Walz finally come up with something that can split MAGA and really help accelerate its ultimate demise?
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting take on it. Indeed. Right, so entertainment purposes only. I'm going to throw the energy. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just ask the question. Do you want to throw it on? Did he split MAGA or the impact his words had on MAGA? And then you could
let's start with the impact on MAGA.
The impact on MAGA. There we go. We'll give it a little extra shuffling here. Tim Walz's words calling MAGA weird. What was the impact on MAGA? I did a reading on this. By the way, it's Sunday about 1:30 in the afternoon. The reading I've got going up Monday touched on this, and it was funny. I got the Death card and the Ten of Swords. So,
well, we'll see how well you shuffled.
Yeah, exactly. So, foundation of the reading is the Page of Pentacles. The effect of Tim Walz's words on MAGA. Offering the message of what's that?
Someone in the comments says that's the JD Vance card.
I could be offering up something of value. It might be just like the little boy that has that little homespun wisdom in all the stories, because we've seen little kids, they offer almost no wisdom, but the stories would have you believe that. And the Chariot moving on, and the Three of Cups. Okay, celebration, things moving forward, messaging. I'm just going to throw the cards here and just sort of see where we go with this.
I can help you get started if you want.
Oh, there's that card again. That was a signifier card that came out.
Here's the Trump card. So I kind of wonder if that Page of Pentacles isn't Tim Walz coming up with the weird.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. It's Tim. I think this is Tim Walz offering up this nugget of wisdom that these guys are weird, and it's got legs. It keeps moving and going forward, and the Democrats are celebrating it. And the thing is that it bites at the whole legacy of MAGA. Now, mind you, the other thing with MAGA is that it's just been one gigantic fundraising grift that's been going on for Trump. And that it's, MAGA's been around for about 8 years, and people have made that their identity. But with his insult, MAGA's mad about it, but they've got, like these guys here, they've got no defense against it, and it pisses them off because to them it's not true. But the thing is, MAGA has look Gary in here just for a second. MAGA, their whole identity is that they're victims. That's the constant message that comes across time and time again, is that it's not your fault, other people did this to you. So like Tim Walz coming in this is going to upset them because, oh my God, he said mean things about us. But they don't know how to do anything about it because the whole MAGA movement is filled with victims. And victims don't want to actually change their world. They want to blame people, but they don't want to change their world. Lesson to be learned is Eight of Coins. I think, and this card, again, was the foundation of the reading that's going to come up on Monday, a couple days after this one comes up, before this one comes up, excuse me. They've made this their identity. MAGA is their identity, and this guy just came in and ridiculed it. And they got nothing for their identity. First off, it's going to have them seeing red. They're going to look for Trump and Vance to come up and defend them and say, no, that's not true, and here's why. But the thing is, Trump and Vance don't have an answer for it either. So it literally, it's like it's paralyzed them. Yeah. They've made MAGA their identity, and now they're stuck with it. Now, they could let go. They could walk away from it. Problem is that They are the subgroup of people that feels like they're victimized on everything. It's never their fault. It's somebody else has done something to them. So they don't know how to take the chain off.
Yeah.
They just know how to complain and whine about how unfair everything is.
Yeah.
It's wild. Turn it over to you.
Yeah, bring it back down.
No way. Okay, wait. Let me get my card. Let me get my cards back out.
No, I can pretty much wing it. What I was thinking with that Five of Swords is they want to fight when they should be walking away. It's that term weird has cut to the core.
Yeah,
and it's like you said with that the Eight of Swords, they don't have a way out of it. It is so simple and so effective and so on point. They can't see a way out of it. And to me, that's the Devil card is MAGA, because you just mentioned they can't they don't know that they can unchain themselves from that by walking away. But they have embraced it so fully, they're going to wear that chain and be stuck with the MAGA.
It is like Trump has selected a group of people that feel victimized and want to hear that it's never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And some big strong man is going to have to come in and save them.
Yep.
It's not the dictatorship start. And that way they don't have to do the work. Because all that work comes from inside. It doesn't come from outside.
Yeah.
All the crappy feelings, everything like that, it starts inside you. All the answers are inside you. And they don't like that, because then they would have to take ownership of their feelings, ownership of their situation, which means that if they can own their situation, it also means that they can own the improvements to it. But they don't want to do that work. They just want to be victimized.
Yeah, no, you cannot make the improvement until you own it.
Yeah.
Until you are willing to admit that, you know what, I screwed up. I could have done better, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my approach so that I don't feel this way again. I've mentioned this before in other videos, so forgive me if I sound like a damn broken record. But when Trump was talking to the black journalists when he was doing that rally, he started down the path. Well, you've all been victimized.
I know. He slid into it so easily too. It was amazing. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but and I mentioned this too. It's like he slid into it so easily. In the black community, good Lord, if anybody's been oppressed in this country more than anybody else, despite their thought, Christians were oppressed. Not here, they weren't. If any population in the U.S. has been oppressed, it's the black community. They can slide into that easily, but they don't.
Yeah, this is a group of people he was talking to that have done that introspection, that have looked at themselves and said, this is what I'm going to do to make myself better. And so that thing landed it landed flat on its face, and it died. Yeah. It was dead on arrival. And it was just interesting to me. It's like he was going to make them do all the work. It's just like, you've all been victimized. And then it's into each individual to say, yeah, I have been victimized,
exactly.
Without being specific as to how they were victimized. Right.
Right.
And so I think MAGA is in that same situation where he just slid into that, but they've never done the introspection to say, yeah, you know what? I've had some really bad things happen in my life where I've seen, this world go in a direction I'm not in agreement with, but not actually doing anything about it. But willing to sign up for the fact that, I've been victimized and I can let Trump, fix it for me.
It's brown people's fault. God darn it! I knew it all the time. Play people's grievances, and then their racism, or their fear of the other, fear of the stranger. Lean into that, and hook them right in.
So I want to do a reading on the energy. Will weird break up MAGA? Will this be the bucket of water on the Wicked Witch of the West, and basically end MAGA, basically split them into factions that can no longer see eye to eye and and kind of coalesce into a single unit. So for entertainment purposes only, does Tim Walz's comment about them being weird, is that the beginning of the end of MAGA? For entertainment purposes only.
You said that right.
I will show you all the underneath card. I won't look at it. See?
Oh my!
Best underneath
Can't
card
wait
yet,
to
right?
pull that one. Shuffle the
I bet
deck.
you we could do a whole series just on that one card, can't we? Okay, the foundation of the reading is the Four Swords. Okay, so Spirit is saying, well, you know, we're thinking about that. We're going to contemplate on that.
Kind of introspection. There's a novelty, huh?
Yeah, exactly. This could be Mr. and Mrs. Farmer going, this might be getting a little more crazy than we're comfortable with. Crossed with the Two of Wands. You know, basically making a decision, looking down the road. Is this something that I want to continue associating myself with? Now, you all know the underneath card, so I guess I don't really need to show you, but I know what it is. Page of Swords. Okay, so underneath it all is the Page of Swords. You know, with Tim Walz, he definitely he has a youthful appeal to himself. You know, he's like America's dad or America's granddad. You know, it just he brought this message forward, and it's weird because, pardon the pun, weird is not like this super duper, you know, Mensa created epitaph. It's one of the simplest schoolyard adjectives you could use. You're weird. I mean, this is grammar school level of insults, and it's just sticking like crazy.
Yeah.
In the past. Okay, so is this going to fracture MAGA? So in the past, so the Six of Swords, you know, moving from taking your burden out of troubled waters and trying to head to clearer shores. What this could be is that, you know, now that MAGA has been called weird, as we've been discussing, they don't know what to do with this.
Nope.
This is landed squarely on them. If you're familiar with the game of Battleship, you just dropped a red peg right in the middle of someone's aircraft carrier. You know, it's like, I'm in trouble now because the klaxons are ringing, the fires are burning out of control, and the enemy knows where I'm at. So they're trying to find a way out. They're trying to find calmer waters. Current situation is the Magician. In this case, I think they're looking for Trump or somebody to manifest something to rescue them. MAGA's looking for a hero here to counteract the weird comment so that they don't fracture. Overarching energy, the Page of Pentacles, another youthful card. The overarching energy, like I said, one of the readers suggested that this could be J.D. Vance. I think in this case, this is once again, it is Tim Walz. And that was the card that Dave pulled in the first reading. That the overarching energy is Tim Walz has put a thumb on him, and he's not going to lift the thumb. Nope. You are going to wear this, MAGA. The lesson to be learned is the Queen of Cups. It's, the Queen of Cups is all about sort of containing your emotions and being the adult in the room. And this is, MAGA's been running around like a bunch of unruly, spoiled 10-year-olds. Running with glee at every insult that Trump comes up with. It's like kids in the playground when the popular bully comes up and he starts picking on somebody, and all the other kids just laugh because that's all they know. Because at least it's not me that's getting picked on. Right. Well, in this case, they need to learn to grow up and start acting like adults. And the outcome is the Empress card. Oh, interesting. So the Empress, it's about fertility. It's about enjoy, kind of the finer things, the abundance, if you will. That if you grow up, you can start enjoying the abundance and the benefits that the rest of America enjoys. So is MAGA? Does this say that MAGA is going to fracture and split? I think it's basically up to MAGA. Do you want to start acting like an adult and having the benefits of being an adult and all the wonderful things that come with that, or do you still want to embrace MAGA? Here, you've got a choice. You got a decision to make. What do you think?
A couple of thoughts came to mind, and then they found out they were very lonely, except they found each other.
Hey, I love this this rock by. I love this little section of your stuff.
Yes, that is azurite on a rock along with some malachite on there.
Malachite.
It's copper. It's a copper bearing.
Yeah.
The Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords. You can think of that as not showing a lot of intellectual horsepower.
Yeah.
The point that made me chuckle about it was that could be our village idiot card. Do you want to be the village idiot? The Two of Wands is like, I think calling them weird has caused some contemplation for some people about what they want to do with their future. And how do they go about it? With the Magician card, it's like, maybe we leave MAGA, maybe we go create our own reality. We own it. We come forward with our values and just do the work to come out of this better off. It's almost as if they could ask themselves, before Trump, things really weren't that bad. And maybe things aren't that great now, but it's not going to get better the course we're at. I don't know. I mean, am I seeing the division of MAGA? No, but I think what happened was it's getting some people to stop and think. I think that ultimately is what's happening, is that some people are going to stop and think about what's going on around him, and is that what they want to be remembered for?
Yeah, to me, this is Mr. and Mrs. Farmer, perhaps, looking at this going,
I don't think I'm going to go to the next MAGA rally.
Yeah.
We got stuff we need to do around the house.
The kids are out there running around, swinging their paper cardboard swords at people. And maybe this isn't for us anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say probably it's planting seeds. It's not going to fracture it straight away, but the seeds have been sown.
Yeah, I think to me it's more like a dampening of, again, the bucket of water on the Wicked Witch of the West. She might be melting, but she's melting because there's dampening enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, they'll still vote for Trump. But they're not just going to not go to the rally, because, I've been to the rallies a couple of times and I've seen the people there, and, it's okay for me to vote for Trump and I'll wear my red baseball cap, but I don't actually need to go to the rally to show my support.
Well, it's kind of like that first, maybe it's like that first step.
Yeah.
The first step to being cured is stop taking the poison.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop drinking the Kool-Aid, let it flush out of your system, and then start looking at this with a clear head and saying, is this really the direction I want to go?
Yeah, and in the end of the day, it's a cult, and it's going to take a while for people to withdraw from it, because for a lot of folks, they've made it their whole identity.
Yep.
And what do you do with that identity when it's shattered? You're going to have a bunch of shattered people. Other people are just going to slowly withdraw. Again, in 10 years from now, if their grandkids are going around the basement, they may find a box, and when they open up, there's a bunch of red baseball caps, "Let's Go Brandon" flags, and some T-shirts.
And a golden diaper.
Yeah, and a golden diaper and some ear tampons or something like that.
Well, technically, it should be a maxi pad, because a tampon would be quite small, really.
That's true, a maxi pad, but still, you get the idea. That some people are just going to put it in a box somewhere, and, but we just don't need to talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
We'll just start it over here. Okay. Anything else you want to add to this?
No, I think that pretty much sets it all.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, please like, give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. If you like this nonsense, subscribe. We do this all the time.
You'll get nonsense all the time. All right. Thank you everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
A wonderful day, folks. Bye.